like my mind is still blown from what she just did. That was incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah, she should be very proud of herself. Okay, so I'm here to do a spoken word poem for you guys. I wrote this poem a while ago, and when Katie told me that the theme for today was about freedom, I just thought that this would be a good poem to share with you guys. So I hope you all can open up your hearts and get blessed by the little gift that God has given to me.
Amen.
This poem is called Marriage Vows.
Woo!
Weird title, but yeah. So I'm just gonna go for it. A king, dethroned, betrothed to a bride that blushes for the other guy. The depths of his love shown through blood stains from wounds that cut deep, hurt worse than labor pains. The blood shed the same red, but it still does not compare to the heartache of being left at the altar, forgotten. And yet patiently he waits. Days, weeks, months, years pass by as the groom waits for his bride to remember. For her to hear the well-known bridal procession tune that plays just for her, the bride, while she knows she's forgotten something. But she can't seem to put her finger on it. They seem entwined in lies. While her subconscious frantically searches the drawers of her mind in an attempt to find that thing that's been forgotten. Walking around conscious, but it's like a part of her brain has suffered a concussion that's rendered her mental faculties temporarily unavailable, unconscious. Something important, someone, somehow has been forgotten. The bride knows she's supposed to be somewhere, meet someone, but she can't seem to put her finger on it. They seem occupied, entwined in hands she cannot recognize. Hands that don't belong, like a fish up a tree. Like Tom catching Jerry, like Peter without Pan, it just ain't right. Rough hands with nails that dig into the palm of her hands that seems familiar. Rough hands with nails that dig into the palm of her hands. Seriously, somehow this seems strangely familiar. Rough hands with nails that dig into the palm of her hands, trapping her fingers to hopeless ventures with less hope of a release from these hands that don't belong, entwined with the bride's. These hands don't belong, entwined with the bride's, hindering her from placing her finger on that thing that she's forgotten. And yet her mind still pulls out drawers of memories, finding shoes that once held feet that felt defeat, clothes that enclosed the body of lies, and hats that shaded the truth from ignorant minds, all flung aside in an attempt to find that thing that's been forgotten. A king dethroned, betrothed to a bride that still blushes for the other guy. He waits, eyes focused down the aisle, trained on a door that remains shut. She should have walked through ages ago. Tries her phone once more. Please press 1 if you'd like us to send a message to the person you're calling. Letting them know, let her know I am waiting by the phone on the altar. Forgotten. Flashbacks of the ridicule and scorn endured in the fight for her heart. How he chose not to fight back. He uttered not one word. Isaiah 53:7 tries her phone again. I'm sorry, but the person you're calling is not available to take your call. At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished, you may hang up or be hung up or press 1 to change your message. Left another message. After 2,000 years, it remains the same, unchanged. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, a king, dethroned. Back then he uttered not one word, and yet somehow left messages. 66 to be exact. He is trying desperately to interact, left another message and hung up. Memories of being strung up for us, for you, for me, for a bride that still continues to blush for the other guy. In a box marked lost and not yet found sits a bride and sheep. Both are bound, their minds forgot that grace abounds. Appears a shepherd, hands outstretched. She thinks the sheep he's come to fetch, but these hands she seems to know quite well. She hands him the sheep. He accepts, but stays. One hand remains in front of her face. A rough hand with a nail dug into the palm of his hand. She stares perplexed till the shepherd disappears, but not before she's noticed the crown of thorns upon his head. I saw your text. I know you've called. I didn't pick up, but at the tone, you left the 66-book love letter message requesting marriage, but you just don't understand. I am way too damaged. And yet at the back of my mind is a voice that's barely clear. I have paid for your repairs. In the back of my mind is a voice barely clear. I have paid for your repairs. You are one of a kind and only I have the spares.
Woo.
In a box marked lost and refusing to be found sits a bride that remembers that grace abounds. Appears a shepherd we've met before. Place your heart in my hands, he says, and my kingdom is yours. You were lost, but now I found you. Let my love surround you. The devil's hypnotized you, and you can only be free if you come to the altar with me, kneel at the cross and say the words, I do. God bless you.
Amen.